What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers That Filters podcast, episode 93. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight, for my beverage, I pulled a Joseph. I picked a beer solely on the name and the can art.
Nice.
I saw this one last week, and I'm like,
I was a little worried when you started that off.
no,
not gonna
it's
lie.
I saw this last week. I'm like, that's a fucking cool beer, but I'm gonna wait, and then I ended up getting it now. So it's called Ransack the Universe.
Oh, sounds like a
IPA.
band name.
And the can art, actually, they have like 4 different, maybe more than 4 different can arts, and it's just like random which ones you get in the 4-pack. So this is the coolest one that I got in this pack. It's like a little like mouse that's like a psychic.
I like that
shit.
a lot.
It's like half the can is just the art. Yeah,
That's pretty neato.
it's
cool.
pretty dope. I like it a lot.
Are those pints? It looks like a big house. Nice.
Yeah, we got a point.
Even better.
It's only 6.8% though.
Only?
I think IPA, I think 7%.
Well,
Round
that's
it up.
because
You know.
yeah. You know how rounding works.
But yeah, it's tasty. I haven't had an IPA in a while, and I had a first one of these the other night. I was like, ooh, my body it's not used to IPAs right now. It's used to seltzers and like Moscow Mules and some lighter beers. But it's good to be back.
Good to be back. I'm Joseph, and I'm drinking, once again, Nicebreaker hard seltzer. I think I've had it before. And this is the juniper lime one. So it basically just tastes like a gin and tonic. Pretty good. I approve.
Very nice.
G&Ts.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm Gabe, and I have a G&T. Because I don't have any alcohol. I do have a Labatt on deck. I am not in the beer rotation of the house anymore. So I act like a guest. I buy like 1 or 2, or have 1 or 2.
Is this like in an effort to reduce your drinking, or?
It's not because of the drinking. It's because of the calories.
Okay.
And G&Ts are just, well, because I don't use tonic water because that's got a ton of sugar.
Mhm.
So it's just carbonated water, like a LaCroix, and gin.
What's your gin selection tonight?
Gordon's, because it's cheap. Let me paint a picture for you. It's a plastic handle,
no.
so you know it's quality.
Gabe.
He doesn't venture into the fun gins like I do.
Yeah.
It's a whole new territory. I gotta set a baseline. You have to have the shit first so you can appreciate the good stuff.
Sure.
So I'm still in the this is shitty, but I don't mind it. Like now I'm cool with it. So now I think next time I get something, it'll be like, okay, how
I
good
mean,
can this be?
As with any, like, you can spend a lot of money on gin if you really want to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and that's the other thing. This is gonna sound so dumb, but when I bought the bottle, it was like, in Minnesota, we've been over this. There's dedicated liquor stores. So go in, leave the store, go into the liquor store portion, and I go to the bottom shelf, like straight up, like it's at the floor level. It's at the level of my shoes. I'm like, this'll do. So that's what I'm doing.
They pretty much just have it on the floor already. Like they dumped it out and you have to vacuum it up and put it in a
You have to
shitty...
lick it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's some rags to sop it up with.
Yeah, I just took the rags home and
Squeeze it into whatever jar you have.
That's the kind of shit that Gabe's into.
Yeah.
He wants that kind of fucking bottom barrel liquor. Like...
They use it
That's what I'm all
for their
about.
cleaning surfaces. Like the high alcohol content works
Yeah.
great for cleaning.
Yeah.
And you can also drink it.
All right, and I gotta figure a way to hide this, because I need to make sure that I don't show what I don't want to show yet. Okay, here we go. All right, so I am drinking a press, but
Oh, it's a mystery flavor.
You might be asking, but Dayton, why are you hiding the flavor? Dayton, show me the flavor. And what I have for you tonight is press apple cinnamon.
Dude, they came out with
Oh,
another
okay.
flavor.
And that's not even the only new flavor that Press came out with. They also came out with a pear
Name of two.
chamomile, or whatever the hell it's called.
So they have. So is it just 4 new flavors now, or is it 5?
No, so they have in total they have enough for an entirely new variety pack. They have the blood orange one. They have the pineapple basil, apple cinnamon, and pear chamomile. How do you pronounce that?
I think it's
Chamomile.
chamomile.
Yeah. But I'm not.
Chamomile.
I don't. I don't think that they're gonna make that a variety pack just because like that's it's none of the flavors like go together.
Yeah, and they're all like I know the blood orange chili is very divisive.
Yeah.
Pineapple basil is pretty whatever. Like it's not offensive or anything like that.
Yeah. And
And
I haven't
then-
had the pear one yet, but this apple cinnamon one, it slaps.
Oh,
It slaps.
man,
That's
I
all
wanted
I'm
so
gonna
bad, but they don't sell like the individual packs out here. That's a big sad.
Yeah, I
Oof.
think
It sounds like your liquor selection's dog shit out there, dude.
It's Meyer.
What?
Which like
There's
Meyer
got to be
actually-
party stores in the area.
there's like these bottle shops they're called, and I went into one to get the Moscow Mule stuff, and I think it's did I say this on the podcast, Trent? They didn't have regular ginger beer. They had only ginger beer that had alcohol in it. So I had to go to a second store to get ginger beer. It was just like this little like very very small liquor store. I'm like, it was a shit selection. But like Meyer is pretty good. Meyer has a ton of like
Quite good selection.
non-beer. Like if you like wine or spirits, they have a shit ton. But like their beer and seltzer selection is kind of
Must
don't
just be that Meyer.
yeah. Indiana. It's not really a craft beer kind of area anyway. Or
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, you gotta get back up into Michigan for that.
I was gonna
No.
say the Myers in Michigan have like a ton of local stuff, like
Mhm.
a ton. Like when I went there for 4th of July, I picked up 2 of my favorite Michigan only beers, like at a Meyer.
And they have some stuff. They have like some shorts, and they have Bells obviously, and the big names. But you're not gonna get the small stuff. You get even like Jim's and Houghton had, like some of those like Big Lake Brewing and like some of the smaller beers I liked a lot. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I might be heading up to visit Michigan in December to see you guys. So if I do, I'm gonna yoink me some brewskis.
Nice.
That's not allowed.
Jan will need to stay there. Even if you
Dude, did you not watch that episode of Seinfeld? Taking cans across state lines to deposit them for higher
you can't even
deposits.
deposit in Indiana. It doesn't work.
Dude. All right, fuck.
Yeah.
Is that an episode? That sounds like an episode.
Yeah,
so
dude,
Kramer
Kramer does it.
And
Yeah, I'm
Newman,
not like I figured that much. Like,
do they go to Michigan because
I think
isn't Michigan like
so.
the highest amount? I think Michigan's
Yeah.
the highest like 15 cents or whatever.
It's
Yeah.
10. But
Yeah,
if you
10
don't,
and
if it's
5.
not sold in Michigan, you can't use the barcode for
yeah, you
it.
can't return it.
Yeah,
It won't
that's why.
give it to you.
That's why it's funny.
Mm.
Get the
Haha.
joke.
I got it now.
You, the joke.
That works really good in audio for everyone else.
Yeah. Well, fuck the
Alright.
audio listeners. To quote Gus and Eddie, fuck the audio listeners. It's the video listeners or watchers that matter.
Man, I don't even
welcome
know if
back
we
to the
have
podcast,
any.
everyone. Welcome back to episode. Was it 93?
Yeah, 93.
I'm sorry. I'm out of it tonight, boys. It's been a week. But as always, you can find our show on YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, and Spotify. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast, and follow us on Twitch at EWF_podcast. Dayton, take it away with the first topic for tonight.
Oh, we're gonna start with my topic and not Gabe's topic first.
Gabe's topic is like the big name topic, so we save that for last.
Oh, mine's
Okay.
the main course. You hear
Yeah,
that,
the-
Dayton?
Okay.
the headliner.
That's okay.
Haynes
I've
is the appetizer.
yeah. And
Sometimes
Joseph,
appetizers are better.
Dude,
Joseph,
sometimes the mott sticks slap. Get some good potato skins, maybe. Ooh. You were
Okay.
saying, Dayton.
I was literally just gonna talk shit about you.
All right, well, let's hear
Never
it.
mind.
I was gonna say that at least I brought it Stop it.
Hey, I'm sorry that my job does not allow me to think about other things at
Dude,
any
you have
time of my
at
life.
least
robot.
you have at least 7 other hours during the day that you could think.
Not true. You think I only work 8 hours a day?
That's 9 hours a day if you sleep 8 hours, and if you don't sleep 8 hours and you sleep 7 hours, then that'd be 8 hours that you have free to think.
Fuck. I can't even follow that.
Also, are you thinking about work when you take shits at work? Because that's fucked up.
No, I'm thinking about anything other than work.
Like podcast topics?
He's thinking
Nah.
about what he's seeing on Reddit, which segue to
Okay.
dating
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't gonna shoehorn it in like that, but here we go. Okay, so I want to talk about how we use Reddit and like what we choose to downvote and why we choose to downvote certain things and what we choose to upvote as well. Like if we have anything that we always upvote or we always downvote. So actually, I'm pulling mine up right now so I can actually pull up what I downvote.
Can you see what you downvote?
Yeah, if you go into your profile, you can.
So I want to set the stage a little bit here. Obviously, Reddit is a I want to say social media, but it's really not social media because everyone's anonymous. It's
It's a message board.
message
right?
board forum, general forum that is often used by me at least for distraction, but can also be used for information. And it is one of the few like sites where you can essentially like and dislike, upvote, downvote. A lot of other social media stuff that's used similarly is only positive reactions, right? I don't know. Does YouTube still has dislikes though?
Yeah, they
Mhm.
do.
I don't know if
Yeah.
Facebook does. I don't think they do.
Dude, that's where all the lightsaber memes came from like the late 2000s.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
so Dave's asking like, what do you actively dislike as opposed to just not doing anything at all?
Mhm.
Because you could just scroll past it, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like what warrants enough of like disgust or something like that. That's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna just keep on scrolling. I'm gonna put in the extra effort to move my thumb over a little bit more and say downvote and fuck you. Get this shit out of my face.
So
Generally, if it doesn't follow the subreddit that it's on, like if it doesn't follow the group, I'll downvote it. Like,
how often does that happen, Joseph?
I don't know, often enough. There's definitely times where it's like, I don't know, I can't think of any specific examples off the top of my head, but it's like, okay, that's not really fitting the sub, I'll downvote it.
Mhm.
Or trying to think. Sometimes like some disinformation stuff, it's very rarely that I'm like, I don't like that, because generally if I don't like I don't know, I cater what I follow to what
Get
I
it
like.
out of your face immediately, dude.
So like I probably don't follow a subreddit with stuff I don't like, right? Or stuff I disagree with. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm not gonna go follow some ultra conservative or like ultra neckbeardy shit because I don't want to see that because I'm just downvoting it all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So before we move on, I think this is important for this context. Do you guys typically just scroll like your homepage, or do you like go to subreddits and look at the subreddit? Because like for me, I pretty much only look at my homepage. I don't actually I very rarely go into subreddit, so I'm only seeing like the top upvoted content, right? It's all like essentially curated to like the most popular stuff that day. So like for me, I'm not really seeing stuff that doesn't fit the subreddit. I'm not really seeing stuff that would have been deleted by mods. Like I'm just seeing like the most popular stuff. So I very rarely downvote anything because it's usually stuff that's already been upvoted so much that it wouldn't make any sense.
I do the same thing, but there's definitely stuff that it's like, I don't know. I can't think of like a good example, but it's like kind of similar, but not really the best sub for it. I don't know. Because
Sure.
like it could fall into that group, but it doesn't still. I don't know. Like the fringe stuff, it's like,
Yeah.
that's
The only things
usually
I
what I
can
downvote.
think of I definitely downvote are like reposts I've definitely seen before. That
Yeah,
also aren't
especially that
technically
day.
reposts. Yeah,
If I
that day
see
for
like
sure.
3 posts through the same post in the same day, I'll look to see which one are the newest ones and downvote those.
That's some
But if
effort,
I'm being
dude.
I'll scroll. I'm like, I just saw that not that long ago. And I'll scroll back and find it, and because it'll say, at least on the app I use, it says like however long ago and
Mhm.
compare it.
But if I'm being completely honest, if it's a repost that I like, I'm like, yeah, you can stay. It's a good post. And then the only thing is like, if I see a comment that's just like super like
Yeah.
mean or hurtful for like no reason.
I
But
definitely downvote comments more than posts.
yeah, but off by the time I get to post the mods, I've deleted all of the bad stuff, so it's like I don't really see it. Or I also don't delve into comments that deeply. I usually read a top comment, and I just like view all the top comments. I don't really view replies that often.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love reading comments
Comments are fun.
because
Dane's digging in the dirt.
I don't, a lot of the time I don't reply, but I use the upvote and downvote very liberally in the comment section.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I only use it if I like. I don't really upvote comments a whole lot unless it really makes me laugh. And then if it's like a downvote, it's like, okay, your opinion is just shit and you're just being a shitty person. Like,
Mhm.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Take my blue arrow of sadness. I don't know.
My thumbs down.
Yeah.
So Jacob,
know.
for me, sorry, Gabe, you can go, I guess.
No, you can go on that tangent.
Oh, okay.
I'll come back.
Well, I was gonna say, so like, I definitely do browse the homepage, and I got rid of popular and all, so like I don't even see any subreddits that like I don't specifically subscribe to. But I will say that there's really two subreddits that I will go on to, not just on the homepage. And the first one is r/ultralight, and that's because a lot of the times like they just don't make it to the homepage if they're
It's
not
like
like
too small of a sub.
Yeah. And because like it's only text based, so a lot of the times like they can kind of you can scroll by them and not really notice them. And then the other one that I used to was r/MTU, and that was because like I don't know, I wanted to be active on that sub at least when I was in school. So I would always like comment on whatever I could and like try and be like one of the first responders if I knew something.
That sub's small enough to where you know whose username is who, which is
Yeah.
I still like having being subscribed to because I like to know what's going on in Michigan Tech
Yeah,
every
me
once in a
too.
while. Like just seeing what's popping. Gordon
Mhm.
Ramsay was there not that long ago.
Yeah, I saw
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So Dane, are you more critical in like or such ultralight because you're seeing like all of the posts? So you're like, okay, this doesn't fit. I'm downvoting it.
A lot of the posts on r/ultralight I don't downvote. I will downvote comments that are just like objectively stupid, or I'm just like, if someone is just like butting heads with someone and they're being a fucking asshole, I'll go through and I'll downvote every single comment of theirs that I see.
I'll go to the user profile and download every comment they've ever.
I'm just like, because in my opinion, it's like, bro, why are you being such a fucking asshole when everyone here is just trying to share their knowledge of what they have, found like works for them, and if they're trying to take like an objective standpoint on something that can't be objective, I'm just like, dude, like fuck you, like eat these fucking downvotes.
Eat these blue arrows.
But I
know.
do.
Oh, go ahead.
I do downvote a lot of Ask Reddit posts.
There is a lot of bad ones.
What about them makes you want to download them?
Dude, anything that involves sex, money, your username,
That's all of them.
Like so many of them. I went on a tangent the other day talking to some of my good high school friends about all these Ask Reddit posts that I downvote, and I mean, here I'll read some. All right.
Well, because I'm sure a lot of them have been asked before as well, like, especially like the sex ones. I guarantee.
Yeah.
Like, the vast majority have been asked before.
Oh, for sure.
Fucking hate them, dude. They're so stupid.
Well, they're monkey brain level. Everyone can relate to monkey brain. You know?
They are. All right, listen to this one. All right, should I do a stupid voice for him? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I want to hear your Bill Schneider or whatever. Not Bill Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, Rob Schneider.
A carrot.
You are offered $10 million to have sex with a
I saw this
physical manifestation of your username. Do you accept it? Why or why not?
That one got like a ton of upvotes, didn't it?
Dude, it had like 34,000, and I'm just like, bro, like, are you kidding me? Like, just get this out of my face. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to think about this anymore.
What's the username of the person who posted that?
Let's see here.
Calling them out.
No, because it relates to the question.
It does. It does. OK Tour 5112.
That's
Okay,
dumb.
that's it.
Like, I don't know. It's ridiculous.
You'd think they'd have a username that would work for that question.
You'd think.
You think those people are creative enough for that?
Yeah.
No.
Because like that, and that one's just not even. You find out zero interesting information you could use in your daily life. Because I feel like that's what's nice about Ask Reddit is like the good ones you can either learn something or like learn about other human experiences that you may
Mhm.
not have experienced.
Yeah, the ones that are like other people's
not.
stories are really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Speaking of people's stories, that's complete sarcasm if you didn't pick up on it. Men of Reddit, would you take an inch off your height and add it to your penis? Why?
Well, would
Like-
you?
Dayton,
Like-
you didn't answer the question.
Yeah, what's your answer, buddy?
Dude, fuck it. I'm over 6 foot right now. I'll chop an inch off and add it.
I can't afford my height. I don't have any inches to spare.
That's the crux. You basically have two different answers. If somebody's tall, then they're gonna choose to chop off their height. If someone's short, they're not gonna. Like
there's no
you have
nuance
two
there.
different answers. And
There's not a lot of depth.
There's over 7,000 comments on this,
Yeah.
which basically means that there's 6,998 comments that are complete bullshit in there. All right, here's
the best-
another fucking stupid one. I'm just gonna keep on rattling these off because now I'm irritated. All right,
Dave want to bring up this topic just so we can rant about this.
just
for
so
sure.
I can fucking rant. All right, you're offered a job. It's 12 hours per weekday, and you start off making $10,000. However, your income doubles every year. 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 80,000, and so on. Do you take the job?
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you
like,
not?
12 hours every day. Does that include weekends?
Weekday.
hours a
It
week.
says weekday.
Every weekday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was every day. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck,
So that's 60-hour weeks, right? Yeah.
It's
I
like,
wouldn't do that shit. It's too much work.
Sounds miserable.
Yeah.
Like you're making bank, but you'll never have time to spend it.
yeah. All right, here's another one. This isn't an Ask Reddit. This is an AMA. And dude, my pet peeve with AMAs, which is a majority of them, is when they come on there, when like this, it's usually not a celebrity. It's usually just fucking some Joe Schmo, and they're trying to fucking advertise,
something.
promote
please.
something, and it's so fucking transparent what they're trying to do, and it's like they don't even attempt to mask that they're promoting shit. And it's like, I lost my job due to COVID-19 and I started an OnlyFans in desperation. I now make more than what I made for my career. Ask me anything. And it's like,
You're just
like,
trying to get more OnlyFans.
you're
subscribers.
just trying to peddle your own fucking OnlyFans. Like, get the fuck out of here. How is this any good? Like, it's 15,000 upvotes. All these
It's because it's a
fucking
girl.
high school, middle school fucking boys trying to get their dick wet.
Dude, you know how many posts get upvoted just because there's a girl on it? It's
There's
crazy.
a whole subreddit dedicated to that called
Oh.
Upvoted Because Girl.
Yeah.
Dude,
There's
that's
another one that's
all-
upvoted because girl, but I do.
No, it's not because
Initially-
girl.
I
But
initially
yeah.
clicked because of girl, but turned out to be really cool or something like that. It's like a 12-character acronym.
It's a
Dude,
really
that's-
good sub.
That's another pet peeve of mine is when people post like an art subreddit or something like that, or like a
Oh, dude, I was just
something
gonna
like that.
complain about this.
when like somebody paints something, right? They make this beautiful painting and it's objectively a very nice painting. And then they fucking ruin the entire picture by holding it and posing with it. It's just like, fuck you. I don't care about you. Get out of this fucking picture. I want to look at this art and not you. And I know you're fishing for fucking upvotes.
But Dave, what about that guy recently who did like the painting of himself, of himself, of himself?
Okay, well that's funny because that's like a commentary on that.
Yeah.
But when people are literally like, especially when it's women, like I feel like that's just because there's majority dudes on Reddit and dudes are like, yeah, let me smash that orange button. There's a girl, and
She'll know I liked her.
yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking neckbeards. Ah, God.
Dayton, I was looking through my downvotes, and one that always gets me is people who like fish for likes based off of like death and or like
Oh
sadness
my
and stuff.
god.
So there's one that's like, look at this art. Or no, my friend has a collapsed lung, but he's working on this picture. Show him some love. Fuck you. You're
It's
just
like-
trying to get upvotes while your friend has one lung. Like,
Yeah.
fuck
It's
off.
like if you want to post that fucking sob story, post it on fucking Facebook.
Yeah. Or like anything with animals. It's like, this one's dead. Look how cute it was. Like, fuck you, dude. I mean, that's a Facebook problem too, honestly. It's
But
like-
r/aw makes my day most
yeah,
days.
but I like awe. But there is posts. It's like, here's my dead cat. I loved him for 20 years or whatever. And it's like, I want to say awe, not
Yeah, a lot of Reddit posts that are like, this happened, or like some sort of after the fact post-mortem kind of post. I'm just like, it feels wrong. It's like yeah, this happened to me, and now I want like a reward because it happened to me, whether it be good or bad. It's just like, I don't know, this
Yeah.
feels kind of weird.
I don't know. There's a lot of posts that's like, here's a bad circumstance. Give me likes because you feel bad for me. It's
Mhm.
like, fuck you.
At
Fuck
least
you.
like I know like on r/finance, a lot of times be like, hey, like I just lost my job, what do I do? But at least also like asking for like legitimate advice around
That's
just
one
trying to get
thing.
like sympathy.
But I'm
yeah.
talking about the ones that are like, I've been on hard times. Here's one little glimmer of hope I've had all day. Or like, here's a thing that made me a little
Mm.
happy. And it's like, fuck you.
take that one thing, take that one thing that made you happy and shove it up your ass.
Yeah. Because it's like, you're not liking it because you think the thing that they did or made is cool. You're liking it because you feel bad for 'em.
Yeah.
And I don't get behind that. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, as shitty as that sounds,
And
fuck
like
you.
said, though, I think they would post something like that on Reddit instead of like Facebook, because on Reddit everything's anonymous. Like
Yeah,
you,
it's true.
I feel like you would get more satisfaction if you posted that on Facebook and people you actually knew, you could see liked it.
Yeah.
But also, if you didn't get enough, quote unquote, enough likes, then you'd feel bad. Like, oh, my real friends don't even like me.
Well, I think it's just more cringy that way, right? Like, here's all the like, you get usually a block of text of here's what sucks, and then here's the thing I did or have done, right? So it's like, if you posted that with all your friends, I don't know. I'd probably judge one of you guys if you did that. Or like, I don't know. God, I lost my leg, but look at this painting I made. Like, fuck you. It's like, cool. Just show the painting. It's a cool painting. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if people are upvoting it because of sympathy and not because they actually,
Yeah, you're
like
not liking it for the
Mhm.
thing. You're liking it for the emotion that they have evoked in you, and it's just rant over. I'm done. Fuck it.
I must follow one too many circle jerk subs because when I see that shit, it's funny.
I love circle jerk.
Because like gaming circle jerk is cancer a lot of the time, but sometimes it's like, I just got fucking nuked. Look at this game I found, or some shit like that, and it's funny because it's like so over the top.
Dude, and I saw one that was a circle jerk, and it was like, ask Redditors, sex,
Yeah.
sex, question mark. It's so good.
I love circle jerks.
I'm sure you do, Dayton.
It's something you get a lot of joy out of.
I'm just putting it out there. I fucking love them.
Ultralight jerk is top tier though because it's such a niche community that
and,
like
and everybody's like so like uniform in the like the shit that they fucking hate. So it's like you just say something like, if you just like whisper in someone's ear, if you just like bushcrafting and you're like,
I think we need to give context
I was
to,
gonna say,
what
hey,
circle jerk is.
given the responsibility, explain to the uninitiated what like a circle jerk subreddit is.
so a circle jerk at least on Reddit is like
Write this timestamp
People-
down, Dayton.
oh fuck is people kind of it's like more or less satire, right? They're satirizing
yeah,
a community.
it's a meta.
So,
it's like
like-
a meta satire.
Yeah, so like for example, like gaming circle jerk, there's r/gaming, so there's a gaming subreddit, and then there's a circle jerk of it. Fuck. I'm just like everything I say, I'm very self-conscious about when
Dayton's got his
paying
notepad out.
attention. So like there'll be some cringy post on gaming, right? Like how Gabe said, like, oh my grandpa died, but he left this game, or we always played Nintendo 64 together. And I found this in his attic. He always kept it. Whatever. And it's like, oh, that's sad. Whatever. But then someone will post on Gaming Circle Jerk like, my, I don't know, grandfather died and he left me this great game. And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you'll see like
fucking like Battletoads or something.
Yeah,
or, like, something
Battletoads, like
stupid.
some shitty game, or like straight up like it'll just be a picture of like a Nazi like thing. It's just like I always loved doing this with my grandfather, blah blah blah, and it's like just outlandish shit, just making fun of the original post, and it's
I mean,
just
what's a good
or
like
hot
vegan
garbage.
example?
A good vegan circle jerk one? Calling vegetarians cheese breathers. I don't know, like
Hating
remember-
vegetarians.
yeah, pretty much.
I have never seen more hate for vegetarians than from the vegan circle jerk. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, it can be a lot sometimes, like, and people straddle the line a lot of the time. A lot of the times they're like 1 foot over the line, 1 foot not over the line.
Yeah,
But-
it's hard to get that balance of like satirizing it and like just making fun of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like
And not becoming cringy yourself.
yeah, and like not making fun of it because you enjoy the thing also, but making fun of it because you don't like it. Where it's like,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like vegan circle jerk. I feel like a lot of posts are people hating vegan or vegetarians rather than like making fun of the vegans. Because like
I don't
vegan
know, like,
circle
it's-
jerk is
it's-
making fun of because there's vegans that actually do that, so they're making fun of those, you know, and like I
So,
think there's
the
vegan circle jerk can be militant.
it
at
can
times.
it definitely can be, but I will say that there's a lot of like self like deprecating humor, because like there's the stereotype that vegans are like B12 deficient, protein
Yep.
deficient and shit like that, and people would just be like, man, I don't know how my protein deficient brain managed to figure this one out, but I guess like blah blah blah. And then like everybody comments, like if they write a comment, potentially like 50% of them will have like, it'll be like a new paragraph and it'll be like, vegan by the way. Because like, like
that's good. Or the is this activism where they're like,
Yeah.
you absolutely, I mentioned the word vegan near someone, is this activism?
Yeah.
I think what makes it a good one is if you can laugh at it like without being, well, I guess it's kind of like personal, like without being offended about it, but like taking the stereotypes and making a joke out of it, I guess.
Mhm.
Without being like too mean spirited.
Yeah, like I found for you, I don't know if I've talked about it in the podcast, but you guys know I'm a huge fan of the band Tool,
Mhm.
and I found a subreddit called Tool Jerk, and it's amazing. Like I just fucking love it. Because there was like, I have one post. It's like, why would I ever watch the Joe Rogan Experience? If I wanted to hear a bald guy pretending to be smart, I just listen to Tool. like shit like that fucking kills me.
Like that's
Or, like-
coming from a place of people who really enjoy Tool, but like
Yeah.
let's make fun of this thing we all know is like happens.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's like another one. It's like, why do you like Tool so much? And it's like, I'm glad you asked. And it just sends like a 50-minute fucking like of one song or whatever. Like it's people who genuinely enjoy it, right?
Mhm.
But like they, I don't know, put their own.
Yeah, no, that's the best kind of
Yeah.
satire. And
Fucking
like,
love
circ-
that shit, dude.
And I think it takes like, I mean, for like the hobby based ones, I think that it takes a lot more than just being like casually interested in the hobby in order to like fully like understand the circle jerk and really participate in it. Like
Mhm.
you really need to be, you know, for
need to
lack
know
of
the
other words,
stereotypes.
you need to be balls deep in the hobby before you can participate in the circle jerk.
Yeah.
the last segment is a great segue to our second topic.
You just don't like talking about circle jerks.
Yeah, Jake, what the fuck?
Oh, I saw another Tool Jerk post. I was laughing. So this topic also, like all of my topics, stem from another conversation with Tim. Because me and Tim, we go on our lunch walks and we talk a lot. And as of late, we've been talking a lot about the election. Not so much now because, I mean, by the time this is aired, it's probably been 2 weeks since yeah, 2 weeks. Whatever. It's been a minute. We know who won. But we talk about it a lot.
Only
And
if you count the illegal votes, though.
fuck off. Anyways, ignoring that baseless claim.
Twitter just flagged my comment.
Yeah. We were talking about like how Tim would run for president, right? And he was just joking. He was just saying, anytime anyone pisses him off, he's just gonna say, "Eat my ass," and that's gonna be his catchphrase. Is, "Eat my ass." And then that's further devolved into a question of what if we were like, let's say we were to take public office, right? Like, what would be the thing that like is our scandal? You know how they like Hillary had her emails or whatever, but like, what's the Gabe Tolman scandal? What do they dig up from the archives of my internet history or videos or whatever it may be that like make sure I can never hold public office?
You mean like besides this podcast?
I think, okay, I will preface this with I think that's just kind of a shoe-in for everybody, right? Because we say so much stupid shit on here. Okay. You just said I'm not going to say it because you're going to fucking write it down.
Fuck.
Go back 5 minutes and say something bad. So I feel like that's kind of a cop-out, you know? I feel like.
So Gabe, I love this question, but what is ironic about it is that now that Donald Trump has been president, it seems like there's no scandal that could bar anyone from being in public office. But
I would almost say it's only for him, though. I feel like he gets the get out of jail free card.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. But yeah, I
Literally.
love it. I was trying to think of podcasts up. I'll try to diverge because
it's a
I
tough
agree.
question to bury. Like dig up memories, I think.
Yeah. Because like obviously, I mean, Dayton is the example because he does that for our birthdays every year. You could splice together anything from what we've said on the past 2 years on this podcast and make it sound like we were the most like horrible people on the planet. I mean, it's just the episode of us beating up kids and the technique.
Oh, that one alone.
Required.
Dude, Dayton would totally take a bribe too. They'd be like, "What dirt you got on Gabe? I heard you were accomplices," and he's just like, "Take this audio file." And it just is talking about me like punting 5-year-olds. That episode was about.
I feel bad for the worker who has to sit through all of the episodes of our podcast to try to find this dirt. He's like, God damn it, I gotta listen to 100 episodes of this.
Nah, dude, at that point, they're freaking, they're in, they're locked in.
Then they're hooked for the content.
Yeah, they're like, I can't rat these guys out. These guys are fucking awesome. Like, they're hilarious.
Yeah, what happens is they start off splitting it. Like I'll do the first 10, you do 10, 11 through 20, and then they start like, okay, I'm gonna just keep listening.
No, they listen to the first 30 episodes and they're like, what the fuck is this audio?
Yeah, they can't even use it.
Yeah. Literally though, the first 30 episodes, good fucking luck. Like you would have to do some fancy fucking shit for that.
Yeah.
Also
Past
noticed
Audacity.
when I go back, listen to old episodes. I actually listened to a couple today. I was feeling nostalgic, but sometimes your voice, my voice, like I can't tell who's actually talking. And I know, like I remember enough where I know, but there's been times like my friend Andrew has texted me like, oh, like, you know, Dayton said this. I'm like, no, I said that. Like our voices just sounded similar. So you know, I get into court and then they blasted me some shit you said, and it's like that was Dayton.
All right, so now I'm your audio doppelganger.
Is that when the earlier episodes then that's happened? Because I don't think you guys. I mean, I know you guys really well.
I agree. But it's happened. I think it's happened more recently than you might expect.
Because I feel like your microphones are different. That they have a different. Like
they definitely do.
Yeah, maybe it was back in the olden days.
The olden days.
So let me ask you this first, Gabe.
Sure.
There's got to be an age cutoff.
I don't think so.
So like something I did in elementary school could.
What kind of shit did you do in elementary school?
I'm not gonna say because it might.
I'm just saying, like, okay, there's a BoJack Horseman bit about it. I know you're gonna like this part, Jacob, but I feel like the photo that they would use for me to be like to uncover the scandal would be like my public photo would be like what's that photo booth iPad app from like 2011 or whatever.
Oh God.
Like it would just be some garbage like that, where it's like the rainbow and like the big ass watermark in the corner. I feel like
Super
that would be what they would use, you know, or something.
I would like to believe that no one would use anything before the age of 18. Because I feel like you could just argue, I was a fucking dumb kid. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could even argue that before 25, your brain's not fully developed, so we're still like in the clear.
I mean, that's not the point of this conversation.
No.
Wait, so
I'm saying
that we get a free pass for like another like year?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, Dayton.
All right, cool.
The cops, they're like, "Oh, you're under 25." Okay, cool.
My brain isn't
My
fully
bad.
developed yet, so I can't be held liable.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure it never gets fully developed.
I'm trying to focus in on like college shit.
I think that's fair.
I feel like there could be the video of you and that's just drinking. You're illegal age then. The vodka bottle of you like just dancing.
Dancing, and it had water in it.
Yeah.
The handle of vodka that was just water.
I mean, like underage drinking is another easy answer, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like no voters would give a fuck about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, this time would be harder than I anticipated, because like there are things I could say about people on this podcast that I should not say.
I know. I thought about that when I was like thinking of the topic. It's like, man, this could be really funny, but it's like it's not fair to the other person because it's like that's their own thing.
Yeah.
Persons, I should say.
And by saying that, listeners, and there's nothing horrible. It's just like with like relationships, like don't want.
I mean,
like,
Dayton's murdered a person before, but
Hey man, I still keep
Oh.
them with me too. Can't let them find the body.
Oh,
Oh,
and that
man.
would get you kicked out.
I wonder if there's anything like in New Zealand, like he was abroad in this country and he did this shit. I don't
See,
know.
I just have
the
like
haka that didn't you have to do a haka when you landed?
Yeah, we
That's
did.
cultural appropriation.
Oh, you're right.
No,
Right, you
dude,
got me there.
because it was a Maori guy
No,
that
but you're
led
not
it.
Maori.
But he
You're not
taught us
allowed.
how to.
But you're not, so you can't.
Okay.
I feel like for me it would be just they would talk to anybody that I like sent really awkward messages over like Tinder or Hinge or something, just like me being generally weird. It's like, look how fucking weird this guy is. You want him to represent you?
Look at these pickup lines.
Yeah, look at that. He asked them the fucking 10,000 rats question.
This guy is addicted to 10,000 rats.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Can he lead us?
I feel
Yeah.
like in court you'd be like, but you have to take 10,000 rats. Like I'm never gonna
Yeah.
back down. I'm not gonna back down from that.
Yeah.
People of the jury. I
Objection.
understand the question is ridiculous, but you have to understand if you don't pick the 10,000 rats, you're screwed. Like, this is a fact of the matter.
You're brain dead if you don't pick 10,000 rats.
Right. I don't know. I feel like it would just like for me specifically, I feel like the whole campaign would be like targeting how fucking awkward I can be. Or like I don't know. I feel like there's enough videos and enough like conversation or whatever to just like to tell a story. You know how like they'll build a story in an attack campaign, to like try and build bad character or whatever. I think their whole build would be like this fucking nerd went to nerd school and
Watches anime.
he talks about watching anime. Dude, what a fucking loser. I don't know, I feel like that's what it would be.
Yeah, this is hard, dude. This is hard.
You had a
Trying to get,
whole
like-
5 minutes to think about it. Come on, man.
I got, like a broom ball shit, but that doesn't really work.
He was bad at weird sports.
Like I'm not trying to say we're good people, but like we're pretty good people, you know.
I mean,
Really,
Exactly what a shitty person would say.
yeah.
That's true.
What about you, Dayton? I feel like if anything, there's enough videos of you doing crazy shit. Like the video of you Halloween night, sophomore year, where you have a horse mask on and you're in all fours. If they could ID you as like Dayton.
I have enough
That wasn't
plausible
Halloween.
deniability.
The video wasn't Halloween, I don't think.
Well, it was the weekend of Halloween. That's why I had the horse mask.
He had that horse mask for a
Okay, I know, but that was the
video you're
excuse.
talking about, and I know what Halloween event you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure those are two separate occasions.
I have okay. Can I cut in briefly? I have the perfect video for Joseph.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, let's hear it.
The video when you and him were at, I think it was at Tim's house for a
Fuck,
party.
no, that's not even
yes.
that bad!
Yeah,
And
that's not
Joseph
even that
trying to
bad.
talk to this girl and she just walks away.
It's pretty rough.
She was just getting a drink!
Yeah, away from you.
So bad.
Because the bridge was over there!
All right, let me paint this picture. All right,
Yeah,
I'm sitting on the couch.
Oh my
girlfriend at the
God.
time. We're having a good time. I'm eating some popcorn. I just like take out my camera and I start recording Joseph because he's like talking to this girl. I thought it'd be funny, but luckily I captured lightning in a bottle.
Oh my God.
Because you see him talking, and I mean, at least from my analysis, there's a point where like Joseph tries to continue the conversation with his hand motions. He's like, "No, hey, let's go to this next part of the conversation," and then she shakes her head in the no direction and just walks away.
And Joseph turns as she's walking away to like keep trying to talk to her, and she's just gone.
Yeah, and then,
No.
and then no. Here's the best part about the video. And then our other roommate at the time, or now Tim, walks by and he's like just dancing, like having a good time. And Joseph just like does the social blend thing where he's like, I'm gonna start dancing now too. And it just, you can tell he's like trying to recover. I don't know. There's some
That
recovery
is
going
not
on.
how that went.
In my mind, that's how it went.
That's how the video makes it look, Joseph.
Hey,
It's
Gabe's,
also-
Gabe's the director. He can make it however he wants.
It's my vision.
Yeah.
I also feel like we could get Dayton on the animal abuse angle with Balto.
That is true.
The dog stuffed animal we had.
Oh yeah.
I do have a lot of videos of you abusing
Across
that
that-
dog.
Okay, we got to give context.
I said it was
No.
stuffed
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's
stuffed
a
animal.
stuffed animal of a husky that somehow we got from like the
Oh,
Michigan Tech
orientation.
marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't
The-
get it. He worked for the water
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And it was just around our house for the longest time, and then we just, I don't know, it got dirty, and then we just started beating the shit out of it. I don't know.
Okay, well, for a while, at least I think I started doing it actually. I would take because it's like it was a pretty good size. I guess I don't have like a.
It was like
It's
a
the size
normal,
of a
normal
medium
sized
dog.
dog.
It would be like an actual size of a dog.
And it would
I
stand
would,
up
like,
straight. And it
take
would
it-
stand up on its legs.
It had like a wire
Yeah.
frame, so it's like yeah.
Yeah.
So I would take it and like put it like I'd hear someone go to the bathroom and I'd put it like right outside the door. Like people would like walk, I'd be like fuck, like, it's a dog.
Especially because it's on the second floor. It's not that well lit usually, so it's
Super dark.
and you just see a shadow of a dog, and we don't own a dog. So
Yeah, I remember like coming out of the second floor bathroom and it just being like a shadow in the hallway. I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is that?
Dude, and eventually, I think it was Dayton. I got Dayton, but he just kicked it. And then Alan saw it and he's like, oh, let's kick this a lot more. And then that's what like devolved into. There's just like
Every-
so many videos of just
Every
like,
time we were drinking, that dog would just get yeeted. all over.
there was a time we taped it to the ceiling.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I feel like that could get all of us because that would be like some like satanic ritual.
Cult
Like,
shit.
yeah,
That's that at our house.
that was our
That was-
house.
that was
Because I
bad,
taped
but
it to the barroom ceiling.
Yeah. I remember
We had the
standing
video.
on the bar holding it up.
Yeah, I remember there's a video of like everyone like worshiping the dog.
the sign that we had in our bar room, the yellow and red one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one would get us.
Yeah.
That we found in the trash.
I think it was on the street, wasn't it?
No, Alan found it. He said he found it in the wash of Douglas Houghton Falls, in the I don't know where it lands,
Mhm.
just like the swirling shit of it.
I
Yeah.
did.
Huh.
You know what? I just got something illegal. We actually did. We did have a
Cool.
manhole covered.
We did steal a manhole
No,
cover.
we didn't steal it.
We
We
didn't.
borrowed.
Someone in our house stole it.
Yeah.
and it was in our house. And
No,
nobody
and
did anything.
it wasn't stolen. We didn't take it from where it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay.
He kind of did.
For
Explain-
context,
you
you,
gotta
you
explain
weren't
the story,
there,
dude.
man. For context, it was a really big storm. Okay, like it. I mean, it doesn't rain a whole lot in Houghton because it usually snows. And we spent a summer up there, and it rained a lot, to the point where the manhole cover fell off.
The
And
water
then-
forced it up,
Yeah, it pushed
and then
it up.
and then displaced it about 20 feet away.
Yeah, like
These
it
are all
pushed it.
hypothetical numbers. I don't know anything about this, of course.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not to imperge. Wasn't it Alan and Josh who brought it back?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. No one's gonna fucking fine us for this manhole cover bullshit.
Alan can never take public office.
No, so I think it was so. Alan and I went on a walk or something. I found
He
it.
drove his car down. To
Yeah,
get it.
I found it, and I was
It's
like,
too heavy.
yo, this is too good to pass up. and then I think him and I moved it, so it was like harder to see. And then he went down there at night, with his car and grabbed it.
Yeah.
It did
Okay.
make a great table.
Yeah. So for context, this
On
table
top of a
was
stolen
keg.
keg.
And hang on a
Wasn't
second, hang on a
The
second.
cake wasn't stolen. The cake wasn't
Oh,
stolen.
that. Well,
Yeah, it kind of was.
But wasn't it just under the house, and there wasn't any like
Yeah.
tags
We
on
still
it?
took it.
Yeah, but like
It was still someone's thing
couldn't
that we
figure out
took,
who it
but
belonged to.
stealing.
We got the
figure out who it
deposit back.
No, we
No,
didn't.
we didn't get the deposit. For
It didn't
it.
have a sticker on it.
we never were able to return it because there was no identification on it.
Yeah.
Lame.
Anyway,
You can't
but-
like go through other people's garbage and take it. It's the same thing. It's still stealing.
I thought it was underneath our house.
no.
No, it's the neighbor's house.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I always thought it was
The
our house.
duplex next to us, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was. All right, but with this manhole cover, it wasn't in a trafficked area. It was a storm drain, and it was out of the beaten path, so nobody was gonna fall into it or anything. And I'm rationalizing it here so I don't feel bad about it.
There's also the giant traffic cone that Joe and Josh stole.
But they
And
returned
They did return it right before you graduated.
Mm-hmm.
because there was still road construction from the Father's Day storm.
So I guess they could get us on stealing public property, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like that's a very common college student thing, though. At least, like, I had friends who went to state, like a decent amount of them, and they all had fucking road signs or whatever, like
Oh, yeah.
traffic cones and signs and stuff.
Yeah, I was driving one of them, and they're like, "Hey, pull over! I'm gonna steal that sign."
Yep. Yeah, because they had a wall of signs they just had, and they weren't even cool. They were just like lawn mowing service, apartment numbers. It was
Well, it's like, what do you do with that once you graduate?
Leave it.
they threw it out.
Yeah, it's like it's a waste.
I mean, what do you
But
do with
actually-
the manhole cover when you graduate, Jacob?
What did you do with it?
I think
Put it in
Alan
the
has
basement,
it.
I think,
No,
didn't
I think
we?
Alan took it.
Oh, did he?
I thought we just left it in the basement.
I thought Josh had
How we put it in what we call that creepy ass corner.
Cooper's
Okay.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Cooper's room.
For context, there's this room. We were very mean to Cooper.
Back room of the
There was a basement,
Word?
but it's an all cement. We still are
Yeah.
all cement basement, not like carpeted or insulated.
Michigan basement.
Yeah, it's just fucking old ass basement. But there was no shit for storage. But there's just like this weird corner, like room that had like no lighting, and it just had random shit from like the last people.
It was very
Wait.
ominous.
It was
It was very-
weirdly walled off. is
And there was
what
like,
it
Yeah.
wasn't there one chair in there for no fucking reason?
There's a chair and like a shoe rack and like
Yeah,
bikes.
we
Yeah.
called it Cooper's room.
Yeah, because before we moved in, we sent him Snapchats and said,
Said it was his place, and he got really pissed at us.
You
know, You saying that makes me think that if we were ever on trial, Cooper would be the star witness.
Oh, sure. He'd have the
Take-
most to gain too. He's like, finally, I can get these fuckers back.
yeah.
He can stop talking to us at any time.
Who do you think Cooper would rat out first?
Oh,
By
I'm
me.
last. I'm the last one to get ratted out.
I think Jacob would be first.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, you weren't there in Duluth. Got contentious.
Or 2 weekends. No, it wasn't
Yeah.
2 weekends.
That one time at the house was bad.
At this house, yeah.
I
that was
apologize
really
to him 'cause I felt so bad for what I said.
Yeah.
I'm
He talked
wondering.
shit before he left.
So
I
I
feel
don't.
like Date. He probably wouldn't rat you out too bad.
You don't think so?
I don't. I don't remember. Yeah, maybe you did.
I mean, like, I was never. I mean, like, I've said some shit to Cooper, but I've said some shit to everybody. Like, I'm
Yeah.
an equal opportunity hater. I don't know.
I don't know. You only stole Cooper's eggs and hid them around the house.
Come on, he was asking for it.
It was the first one that you threw on the washing machine too.
Was he?
I think so.
No, you guys did that over the summer.
Did we?
Cooper wasn't. Yeah, because I remember when I moved back in the fall, you're like, "Be careful, you might get washing machine by Dayton." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then he picked me up, threw him over his shoulder, and threw me on the washing machine.
Do you guys remember when Josh brought home the fucking Little Caesars mascot uniform?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about that. Josh came
Yeah.
to visit last weekend.
Yeah, we pulled up the videos.
Didn't Cooper put it on? Didn't he?
Yeah, Cooper put it on, and then I tried to beat the shit out of him in it.
There's a video of
You
like
beat him with it.
there's a perfect video. It's like almost like Scooby Doo level, like cartoonish, where like he's getting chased by Dayton and
No, it's Josh.
or Josh, and
Josh is chasing him.
he's
around-
in a little. He is Little Caesar.
Yeah.
He gets chased around the corner, and then it cuts like you don't see him, and then the next shot is like Cooper in
chasing
Little
Josh.
Little Caesar chasing Josh. Like, switch roles. It's so funny.
We ate a lot of that shit pizza at like 11 o'clock at night, and then left it out for
Dude.
days and still ate it.
It hit the spot.
I don't
Free
think any one of us ever got food poisoning from it either.
I think that's the
Surprisingly,
most surprising part. Or we just blamed it on something else.
that's true.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
we all- we used-
Jacob's an expert at blaming his food poisoning on something else.
Hey, you know what? Still, the jury's still out on Crook and Marker. Okay,
Dude,
Oh.
Josh had it and he didn't take it. That he didn't have that problem.
Also, can we trust Josh's digestion?
Dude, that thing
I've
can
seen-
digest a fucking steel can.
I've seen Josh eat straight out of a fucking tube of icing or a can of icing.
Can of frosting, yeah. He took raw cookie dough, dipped it in frosting, and ate it.
He's diabetic.
Yeah.
But not because of that.
Type 1. He's type 1. But yeah,
Yeah, he was born
not
diabetic.
helping his situation.
Yeah,
Good old Josh.
big yikes.
You guys got anything else that is within?
I feel like our biggest sins came from college. You know,
Definitely.
College in the podcast?
now I've got a job I gotta keep. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you don't have to.
Well, yeah, but I kind of want to.
Well, I brought it up. How was the weekend with Josh? I didn't hear about it too much.
It was fun.
Good.
It's always good seeing Josh.
Hmm. I was saying to Tim the other day, like Josh is one of those people I don't think I would ever be friends with if it wasn't for college, because he's just like he's such a different person. But I also appreciate him so much because he's a different person. You know, like his lifestyle is so much different than mine, and it's a good thing. He reminds me to not be so fucking picky with the people I hang out with. You know. No, it was a fun time. Played guitar for a little bit together, and I realized he was way better at guitar than me. Surprise! I've only been playing for 4 months. He's been playing for like almost 2 years. So that was fun. Yeah.
It's hard for me to imagine him being like really good at guitar because I feel like all I ever heard was him playing that ukulele, and it's so annoying.
Yeah. No, he's been playing consistently for over a year now. So
I mean, when him and Joe lived together, didn't you say?
well, I lived there too. They
Well,
played,
yeah.
they
but-
played it all the fucking time. They'd play all like hours, like every day. But not that I don't, but he just got time on me. So that was fun. It was cool. And then we did some rock climbing. Went to a couple breweries. Couple.
How was rock climbing with COVID? What was like their like policy with that?
I mean, as far as like the rocks, I mean, it's not like they cleaned them or anything, because like a big part of it is grip, right? You don't want to get them like slippery or anything.
Yeah.
But you're not really touching your face because there's like chalk and stuff on them. But they did like the limited capacity thing. But
I assume like the sauna was closed probably.
yeah, that was a bummer. I wanted
Yeah.
to check out the sauna, but I mean, it's pretty standard stuff. Honestly, it wasn't anything crazy. But Minnesota just announced yesterday they're having a bunch of new restrictions because as of today, cases are like record setting. I'm sure it'll get worse from this recording date. But yesterday was like 140,000 cases or something, which is insane. In one day, for context.
Like, how did it get so bad so fast? I feel like we
People
were.
People are going
Wait.
inside.
Wait, how did Minnesota have 140,000 when like the
No,
U.S.
the country.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes more
I just-
sense.
Like if you look on a map, every state is like
Yeah.
hot spot or whatever you call it because
Yeah.
I mean,
We get an update at work every week of like the hotspot states, and it was 41 states last week. So
this week it'll be all of them.
yeah,
I mean, for context, I mean, for like more country areas are definitely getting hit. Finally, I say finally, like it's just gonna eventually happen.
they fucking deserve it.
not what I said. People are starting to move inside now because it's getting colder, and on top of that, people aren't they're sick of it, which I don't blame them. But I mean,
it sucks. And like, yeah, we're going into the holidays, and everyone's gonna be seeing family, and it's just gonna spread even faster.
Yeah, I'm still I still have a flight to go to Thanksgiving, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it because it's a lot of cases. Don't want to kill a grandma, It would suck.
Yeah.
Inadvertently, not by my hand.
That's a good one, Gabe. Thank you for saying that.
No problem, man.
Yeah, like I'm gonna try to drive everywhere, but it's like I don't know, like I don't feel like I can skip Thanksgiving, and then like because it's like literally an hour away from where I am right now, where we're gonna be, and then like for Christmas, it's like I want to see my friends, but it's how safe is that? I don't know.
Yeah, I describe it, at least in my own head, as like more of like what you want to do versus what you should do kind of a thing. Like I genuinely want to see my family and go and see them all, but I don't want to get them sick or be in a weird situation where I'm sick and I can't fly back or like just like weird stuff like that. So weird times.
I want to see you guys this year if I can, but we'll have to see. I don't know.
We saw you in May.
It feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
So
when we just moved in.
because I was.
I was say you stayed until June.
Yeah, it would be a bit early June.
You came over a few times.
Yeah.
I was listening to. So I mentioned I listened to old podcast episodes today. I listened to the one, that was right after Joseph moved in with you, Gabe, and then I was alone at the apartment. And that was funny listening to that. And then an older one about where me and Dayton fought about kitchen knives. And,
yeah.
Joseph and I were bitching about how Cooper broke the lamp in the living room. And yeah, I don't know. I was feeling this week was rough for me. I had some emotional stuff going on, so I need that nostalgia of the boys being a little closer together.
Of a couple months ago.
Yeah. I don't know. Nostalgia can make me more sad than it does happy. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. It's good.
But sometimes you're sad. You want more sad for some reason. So I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
I think I was watching Hot Ones recently. Sam Smith was on, and actually like Sean asked him like about sad songs, why people like listen to them when they're sad, and his response is, "So you feel like less alone." I thought that was pretty accurate, honestly. Because I typically don't like listen to sad songs when I'm sad, but I think that is a good like analysis of it. Of like
I listen to sad songs when I'm sad, and I think it helps me like process the emotions better. Because like it doesn't let me like escape them. It's like, no, you're gonna think about these right now, and you're not gonna stop thinking about them until you fully process them.
Yeah.
I guess
go ahead. I was gonna say I get more. I get more worried about that it'll like go deeper, like it'll get more sad. Not so much that like I'm afraid of processing it because I think that's healthy. It's more of like I don't want to get more sad,
Mm-hmm.
I was watching an anime this week. I've been binging it to the point of not getting enough sleep, but it's it's very good, and it's about like a high school kid who is dealing with loneliness and depression. So it's very hit home for me. I was crying a lot watching that, but there's an arc in season 2 of he's friends with like this family, and they have a middle school girl, and there's an arc where she's getting bullied. And I tell you what, Joseph, when I was watching this arc, I was turning into Liam Neeson from Taken. I'm like, I know this isn't real, but if anybody makes this little girl cry, I will hunt them down and I will end them. Like, it sucks. Yeah, I think it was good though, like to get those emotions out, I guess.
I'd rather ignore any emotion that is not happiness.
The
Healthy.
Yeah, it feels good. If I'm not smiling, I'm feeling nothing.
Great way to end this episode.
Yep, there we go. That's the episode of the podcast.
Can you write that down, Dayton?
It's the end. I don't know why you need to write it down.
Dane's getting absolute gold from this episode. Yeah, thank you for listening. As always, you can find our show on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and YouTube. This episode I feel like I'm forgetting one, but I got them all. And then yeah, fuck SoundCloud. Follow us on Instagram at EWF Podcast, and follow us on Twitch at EWF_podcast if you want to watch the episodes early. Thanks, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. See ya.